Ego. A bad for your ego is a great for your soul. The 5-minute podcast on Mike having my first chain of thought on ego. A thought first. Relationships never die a natural death. They always murdered by attitude, behavior, ego, or ignorance. Ego. What is ego? Ego is a sense of belief make you feel like you are the superior to all. It is basically the complex of a person to hide his or her inferiority complex, which is usually make a persona of other person as inferior to them. This tend to make them a loser in life. How are they losers? They lose a friend because of their ego. They lose family because of their ego. They lose their partner in a relationship because of their ego. They lose their integrity in work because of their ego. Call it ego or superiority complex. Just as they want to satisfy their ego, they tend to break many relationships in the process. Relationship is like a glass. It is strong till it withstand the hit by the hammer. But there will be the time when a small impact can break a glass which cannot be fixed again. Same way, because of the superiority complex, they tend to break many relationships which cannot be mended again. Call it personal, call it professional. Their conceiting nature tend to make them alone in life, as no one is comfortable with them, as no one wants to become the victim of their egoistic nature. Loneliness started making them believe this, as they are the only one correct in life, as no one is there to rectify them. These people would not accept the decision made by other because of their superiority complex, would not allow them to agree with the person who's in front. But we should always remember the African proverb: wind does not break the tree that bends. As we can explain this thing, wind flows. Trees or a plant with a flexible stem bends with the pressure of wind and came back to the actual position due to flexibility. On the other hand, the rigid stem. The tree with the rigid stem, due to rigidity, do not able to withstand the wind pressure, and few with the weaker stem fall. The same happened with the egoistic person due to rigidity in nature. They fail to gain anything in life and then they lose. In between all this, there is a differentiation between ego and self-respect. There is a very small line of gap between the person is being egoistic or the person is doing something for the dignity. Often there are some stance in life when people judge someone as egoistic without understanding the fact that sometimes someone has to act in such a way to maintain or defend his or her pride, self-esteem. We have to maintain the balance between ego or self-respect, and also as a receiver not to judge someone with their action, which may be they're just doing to save his dignity. In the same way, there is also a big difference between attitude and ego. They are opposite to each other. Whereas attitude shapes your life while ego destroys it. Attitude is approach to view life in a positive way. On the other hand, ego has a negative approach towards life, where person is self-centered. Attitude makes the person believe that he or she is best, whereas ego makes the person believe he or she is the best. Attitude makes the person passionate about the persona to be strong and willful, whereas ego makes the person arrogant and very adamant. Attitude makes the person confident about many things in life, while ego makes the person overconfidence. Having attitude doesn't insult the person on their mistake, instead while making them understand their mistake and try to rectify them, whereas egoistic person can insult the person just to satisfy their superiority complex. The person with the right attitude will understand and admit about the imperfection and try to rectify them. But the person with the ego will not admit to its personal flaw and will always try to cover them in front of others. So, can you live with the egoistic person? I don't think so. In the same way, if you start developing the trait of a same person, no one will live with you. Remember, ego is the enemy. Ego is the only requirement to destroy every relation. So be a bigger person, skip the E in life and let it go. Skip the E and let it go. Thank you. If you like the audio, do like it. If you want to listen to more, do subscribe it.